Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Thursday, December 31st, 2020. And today the markets have been pretty quiet. It's the last trading day of the year, and we're not seeing much activity throughout the session. The S&P currently has about 10 points of range, which is pretty light for where we're at in the day at this point. And we're trading right around yesterday's close. We haven't seen a whole lot of movement in either direction away from yesterday's close and today's open, which was all kind of in the same area. So overall, pretty quiet session so far. But what I want to do this afternoon is take a look at this last trading day of the year and look at some charts of what's happened historically as you approach the close. So let me go ahead and set this up. We're looking at all four instruments. We're going to use a time-based entry of 3 p.m. It'll be set up as a long. It'll exit at the close, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. And then to set up this last trading day of the year, we've got a day that is notated day before New Year's. We've got all the holidays in here. Day before, day after holidays are included. So I just clicked on that. That adds it to the test. This will give us the last trading day of the year. Now I can click View Results. And here we go. These are the results of going long at 3 p.m. Eastern time, exiting at the close of regular trading hours, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern time, on the last trading day of the year. And we've got data going back to 2003. That gives us 17 samples for all four instruments. If we take a look at the win rate on them, 3 of the 4 instruments all sitting at 41%. Russell, the only one that is different as far as win rates go, and it is weaker at 24%. So all of the win rates on these for the end of the day are less than 50%, and Russell is the weakest at just 24%. If you look at the average win, average loss, what's noticeable about this is these are larger numbers than what you would typically see for this portion of the day. So they're larger numbers, and then let's look real quick. Average win a little bit bigger than the average loss in the S&P. Average win a bit bigger than the average loss in the NASDAQ. That's true for the Dow, and it's true for the Russell. So all of these, the average win is a little bit larger than the average loss, but there's some larger numbers in here, which shows some volatility there towards the close has been happening. So let me go ahead and show you the daily charts. We're going to look at the S&P, so I'm going to hit the daily charts button here, and we'll just look at some of these charts. And I want you to just pay attention to the end of the session, because this is really the takeaway here, is these are 5-minute price action charts of all of the samples in here. So we've got 17 charts in here of the last trading day of the year. This is the 5-minute price action that happened on that day. And this instance here, we're looking at 2019. So this was last year's last trading day of the year. And what's noticeable about these, you'll pick up on it as I scroll through them, is just from about this marker right here, 3 p.m., 1500 on, you'll start to notice there's quite a bit of volatility. So last year, it looks like it was a pretty sideways choppy day. And then around the last hour, it took off to the upside, making a sizable run relative to the range that had happened in that day. So lots of volatility there in the last hour to the upside. If we go back, let's look at 2018. 2018, the main movement at the end of the day happened right at 4 p.m. Eastern time. The range of this last 5-minute candle is quite sizable. We're looking at roughly a 15-point move right there in that 5-minute window. When up to that point, it looked like the daily range was 25 points or so. So a good portion of the day's range was taken back within that 1 5-minute candle. If we go to 2017, looks like the move here started around 320, dropping into the close. 2017 was a pretty quiet volatility environment right here. Most of the day's range happening in a very tight range, but then from around 3:30 on, it looks like it dropped about 15 points worth of range, which was more than the entire day's range at that point in the day. Let's keep going. 2016 looks like another big pop right at 4 p.m. Let's go 2015, sizable drop right here at 4:15. That's about 8 points or so. When the day's range was pretty quiet, you can see the high of the day around 2020, and the low of the day was probably 2003 or so. So a decent portion of the range taking place right there in that final 15 minutes of trading. If we go back to 2013, see this one just kind of continued selling all day. 2013, another big move starting around 3 o'clock and running up into the close. This is 2012. This one kind of just trended higher throughout the entire session. If we go to 2011, pretty sizable candle relative to the range, and this is an extremely tight range back in 2011, but sizable relative to the range here right at the close. And if we look at 2010, another big move right around the close. So you get the point. Here's another one, 2009. There's a lot of volatility taking place. I'm sure this is no surprise for most of you, but that's kind of the big takeaway is expect volatility around the close. Historically, it's been a little bit weaker. All of these win rates coming in under 50%. So hopefully you had a great year this year. Thanks for watching the videos. We look forward to another great year next year, and we will see you on Monday.